what, when, where, and how. All these questions answered if you just read your Bible. But anyways, that's not what we're talking about today. Today, we're talking about the existence of aliens. So, come with me, your ghost, and your guide, Connor, as we explore the lies and the truths about the existence of extraterrestrial life. Let's go. Shut up. Guys, I'm not abusing Skippy. Hey, I love you. Mwah. Doesn't like being held. The debate of real aliens has been going on for who knows how long. People say they've seen them. Those people we just write off as insane. So, what changes now? Why all of a sudden, just because one guy said, nah, do we believe in the existence of aliens? Well, come with me. Oh, I already said that. Anyways, let's talk about this guy for a moment. This man who claims to have worked with people who know aliens. I think. He said that one time he found biologics that were non-human. Now, what does that mean? That means maybe there's aliens. And he said he saw them in spaceships. Interesting. But whenever some other person says the same thing, they're crazy. It's funny, you know? All of a sudden, just some random guy comes out of nowhere. Says, hey guys, there's aliens. And everyone's like, wow. You're telling the truth. Well, I beg to differ. I think he's lying. Now, folks, I'm going to be going deep in this rabbit hole. So, in this video, I'll be exposing many governments. So if you don't see me after this video, the government killed me. And for legal reasons, this is not a joke. This fella, he's a liar. Plain and simple. I mean, let's be honest, folks. I think just because some guy says aliens are real, doesn't mean we should believe him. I mean, for years, we have people saying Bigfoot is real. So you're telling me if someone, I don't know, who's in the military, someone who's part of the government says Bigfoot is real, we all believe he's real now? Now, I don't get the logic in that, folks. Last time I remembered, the government was the government was untrustworthy. But now that they say there's aliens, we believe them. Folks, I'm having a hard time figuring this out. But personally, I'm calling cap. Yeah, I said it. What I think is this guy or these other guys, they're doing this for a thing called clout. Crazy. Someone lying for clout. I know. It's shocking that someone would do such a thing. But personally, I think that's what's going on here. Now, come with me as we dissect this interview. Let's go.
Were they, I guess, human or non-human biologics?
Non-human, and that was the assessment of people with direct knowledge on the program I talked to that are currently still on the program.
We arrived at...
See the way he answered that question? Really offended. He's really on the fence. Like someone who is lying. Let's keep going.
At approximately 20,000 feet in a controller called merge plot, which means that our radar blip is now in the same resolution cell as the contact. As we looked around, we noticed that we saw some whitewater off our right side. It's important to note that the weather on this day was as close to perfect as you could ask for off the coast of San Diego. Clear skies, light winds, calm seas, no whitecaps from waves. So the whitewater stood out in a large blue ocean. All four of us, because we were in F-18Fs, so we had pilots and Wizzo in the back seat, looked down a small, saw a white tic-tac object with a longitudinal axis pointing north-south and moving very abruptly over the water like a ping-pong ball. There were no rotors, no rotor wash, or any sign of visible control surfaces like wings. As we started clockwise towards the object, my Wizzo and I decided to go down and take a closer look with the other aircraft staying in high cover to observe both us and the tic-tac. We proceeded around the circle about 90 degrees from the start of our descent, and the object suddenly shifted its longitudinal axis, aligned it with my aircraft, and began to climb. We continued down another 270 degrees. We went nose low to where the tic-tac would have been. Our altitude at this point was about 15,000 feet, and the tic-tac was about 12,000. As we pulled nose onto the object, within about a half mile of it, it rapidly accelerated in front of us and disappeared. Our wingmen, roughly 8,000 feet above us, lost contact also. We immediately turned back to see where the whitewater was at, and it was gone also. So as we started to turn back towards the east, the controller came up and said, "Sir, you're not going to believe this, but that thing is at your cat point, roughly 60 miles away in less than a minute. You can calculate the speed."
Huh. He sure was stuttering a lot in that clip. Almost like he was nervous. Like someone who's lying. That's very interesting. But anyways, in all seriousness, yes, I am going to still talk in this voice. Maybe I should stop, actually. Alright, well, anyways, I'll stop talking in that voice. But let's just dissect that a little bit, alright? He's talking about this white little object, flying object that he refers to as a tic-tac, moving around like a ping-pong ball. Well, he claims it to be alien spacecraft. Come on, folks. Tic-tacs don't fly. And they definitely don't move around like a ping-pong ball unless you throw it. But really, honestly, we don't know how technologically advanced some of the other countries are. Like Japan, they are so far ahead of us. Who's to say they don't own that little tic-tac flying around? We can't say for sure whether they do or they do not. We don't have no idea how advanced other countries are. We truly do not know. I mean, some countries we do know. I think it's pretty obvious. But some countries that are secretive, like North Korea, we don't know what they have. No matter what our government tells us, we truly do not know the technology that they have. Let's keep going.
What steps do you think have to be taken to improve a pilot's UAP reporting, be it military or commercial?
Right now, we need a system where pilots can report without fear of losing their jobs. There is a fear that the stigma associated with this topic is going to lead to professional repercussions, either through management or perhaps through their yearly physical check. So having a secure system, reducing the stigma, and making this information available through the public is going to reduce the concerns that aircrew have.
To be honest, I have no clue what that guy just explained. All of that just went right over my head. Let's get back to the alien stuff.
Mr. Gresh, finally, do you believe that our government is in possession of UAPs?
Absolutely, based on interviewing over 40 witnesses over 4 years.
And where?
I know the exact locations, and those locations were provided to the Inspector General, and some of which to the intelligence committees. I actually had the people with the first-hand knowledge provide a protected disclosure to the Inspector General.
How do you know that these were not our aircraft?
Some of the behaviors that we saw in a working area, we would see these objects being at 0.0 Mach, that's zero airspeed, over certain pieces of the ground. So what that means, just like a river, if you throw a bobber in, it's going to float downstream. These objects were staying completely stationary in Category 4 hurricane winds. These same objects would then accelerate to supersonic speeds, 1.1, 1.2 Mach, and they would do so in very erratic and quick behaviors that I don't have an explanation for.
What astonished you the most about the flight capabilities of these Tic Tac very briefly?
The performance, absolute performance. It was.
And you're not aware of any other objects that anybody in the world has, in this world, that has those capabilities?
No, I think it's far beyond actually our material science that we currently possess.
Well, like I just explained, we do not know what that guy at the end just said for sure. We don't know, the other countries' technology that they have. So, boom. I just proved that aliens don't exist. If you don't believe me, you're just a liberal snowflake who is not smart. Think, guys. Just think. You're welcome for being awoken from your sheep-minded following of the government. This video is the red pill. So you can either hit that subscribe button and take the red pill, or you can not subscribe, pretend this never happened, and live a lie and take the blue pill. Your choice.
Hey,
Sheep.
hey, yeah, feeling too cold, Ice Cube. I'm on a roll, Dice Cube. 10 deep when I roll, I'd invite you. But the clicks full, they gon' slide through. The neck is on froze, Cuban link. Shawty look good, gave her a wink. Said I wouldn't last, gave me a week. That made me laugh.